Williams class. Just to let you know, the videos that you are about to watch today, you were supposed to watch them on Friday, but because of us having the screen-free afternoon, we didn't get the chance to watch them then. So if you're thinking the dates are wrong and everything like that, that is why. Enjoy the videos! Hello Williams class. For your English lesson today, the learning objective is, can I research a famous female leader to write my final non-chronological report about? Our two non-chronological reports have been focused on strong female leaders, both past and present. Today, you are going to be choosing your own person to write a non-chronological report about. Think about some of the women that we have learnt about at school. We've learnt about Emmeline Pankhurst, Mary Anning, Lydia Simmons, and Rosa Parks. Now, a little bit about each person, just so you can be reminded of what they did for us. So this is me modelling a little bit about how I would do my research. I'm going to start off by researching something about Emmeline Pankhurst. So I'm going to write her name at the top here. Make sure you underline it. I feel like this might be an underline. Ah, beautiful. There we go, boys and girls. I am officially writing neatly. Or not writing neatly. I've always written as neat as I can, but I've underlined nicely. So Emmeline Pankhurst, I'm going to do a bullet point. Emmeline Pankhurst was somebody who helped women gain the right to vote. So I'm going to write exactly that. Helped women gain the right to vote. So that's just one example of something that she did. Who is next in our list of women that we've already learnt a little bit about at school? Lydia Simmons. So I'm going to write, should I do another colour? It's okay. Lydia Simmons. And then remember to underline. If you are choosing to lay out your work this way, there's no, you don't really necessarily have to. It is up to you, but this is just how I would do it if I was doing this piece of work. Now, Lydia Simmons. If you are a little bit unsure as to what to write about, then you can just type in the person's name and see what they did. So if I type in Lydia Simmons, it says here that she is a politician in Slough. Now, she was the first Black person to become a mayor in England. So I am going to write just that. First Black female mayor of England. That's what makes her really stand out and really makes her, it makes us realize just how incredible she is. First Black female mayor of England. There we go. And then the next person is Mary Anning. So don't forget your capital letters. Mary Anning. And then underline. This tool is making my work so much neater. That's how I feel when you use rulers, boys and girls. So Mary Anning. I'm going to type her name in. Mary Anning. Mary Anning was an English fossil collector, dealer, and paleontologist who became known around the world for finds that she made in Jurassic marine fossil beds in the cliffs along the English Channel. Okay, so I'm going to say that Mary Anning is or was an English paleontologist. That is someone who looks at bones of ancient animals. So, I mean, fingers crossed I get this spelling correct. Here we go. Was, bullet pointing, an English, here we go, paleontologist, big word, know how I'm going through it, or note how I am going through each sound. Paleontologist. Hopefully I've spelled that correctly. Paleontologist. I think that's correct. Yay. Next person, Rosa Parks. Right, Rosa Parks. I'm going to type in her name just to be ready. But what I am going to do while that page is loading up is just write her name, capital R. Oh, that wasn't great. So look, it's not nice. I'm going to get rid of it and try again. Much better. Rosa Parks. Underline, just like that, and then go back to the pencil. And Rosa Parks was an American activist in the civil rights movement. She was best known for her pivotal role in the Montgomery bus boycott. So she was the person who refused to get off her, or to get up from her seat in order to give somebody else her seat. So she, what can we say, played, we can write exactly that, to be honest. Refused to give up her seat on the bus. Fantastic. Is there anybody else? Somebody? No, that is it. So I've just given you one fact each about the women, or some of the women that we have already gotten to know about this year. So you are going to choose your own female leader to write about. It can be a historical figure, it can be somebody from present day. If you don't want to choose a female leader, you can choose a male leader as well. Or not even as well, just you can choose to research about a male leader instead. There's nothing wrong with that. You're going to create a spider diagram of your ideas and your facts. So if I was to do this piece of work, I would pick a leader. So let me think of somebody that I really like as a leader. I'm going to pick, it's a hard one to pick just one. I'm going to pick Malcolm X as my inspirational leader to research. Now, if I have Malcolm X, I'm going to write his name in the middle of my spider diagram, and around it, I'm going to write different facts about him. So if I was to do this piece of work, I would separate my spider diagram into different parts of Malcolm X's life. So in one section, for example, I could write his date of birth, just like that. I could write his date of birth there. I could write his date of death, because he did sadly pass away. I could write his place of birth here, so where he was born. What else could I include about Malcolm X? I could talk about his childhood. So let me do that here, because it doesn't have to be in order. His childhood. I could talk about his career in one section. I could talk about what makes him different, or actually not even different, what makes him a good leader, because that is what we have been looking at. So why not include that in a section? What makes him a good leader? Now, he has passed away, so instead of doing what makes him a good leader, you could write instead what made him a good leader. And remember, you're not necessarily doing Malcolm X. It could be someone female, it could be somebody else, another male leader. I'm just giving you an example of who I would do, and then the way I would structure my spider diagram. So just have a little think to yourself about a male or a female leader that you admire. So anyway, date of birth, date of death, place of birth, his childhood, career, what makes him a good leader. You could just do hobbies, something that he is interested in, hobbies and interests. Hobbies and interests. And then my final section could be about his family, because I don't know too much about his family, actually. So that would be really, really fun to research, just so I could learn more. So your 3 tasks are as follows. Number 1, you're going to research a strong female figure to write your non-chronological report about. Now, this task 1 can be about a male or female leader. I'm going to change it up slightly because I am sure that there is a male leader that you could definitely mention as well. So it can be both male or female. So that is task number 1. Once you have done your research, task number 2 will be to mind map your ideas and organize your thoughts into possible paragraphs. So I've modeled to you what I would do. I've put the name of the leader in the middle of my spider diagram. I would like for you to use a ruler to then draw the branches or the spider's legs and separate each point that you've made into different sections. So like I said, in one branch, I could write childhood as a subheading and then bullet points about anything to do with his childhood. Then another spider's leg could say family as the subheading, underline that, and then just do bullet points about his family life. So that is a nice way of structuring your ideas, because then when you get to writing your non-chronological report, all you'd have to really do is look back at your mind map and see the notes that you've made, because they will be so nicely organized. You won't be stressed out trying to figure out what you've written where and where you want to write certain ideas. It will all be nicely laid out for you from the start. And then last but not least, task number 3 is to draw a picture that can be included in your non-chronological report. If you don't want to draw the picture, I will let you print a picture out. If you don't have access to a printer, then you are drawing a picture. If you do have access to a printer and you would like to draw the picture, then you are more than welcome to. I would like to see some artistic flair in your English work for this task. So try your best. So enjoy your 3 tasks, Williams class. Now remember, an hour maximum. So if you find that you've taken a lot of time to research your figure and then mind mapping your ideas, then you don't need to do task 3. But if you want to, it will add to your work. But please don't stress yourselves out. Another tip that I would give you is to split your time wisely. So rather than spending an hour researching your figure, the reason why that wouldn't be very useful is because then you've done all this research, but you've not left yourself enough time to write those ideas down. So split your time nicely, where you spend a little bit of time, maybe 5 to 10 minutes researching your figure, male or female, and then you spend the rest of the time, maybe 20 minutes, mind mapping your ideas. And you can mind map and research at the same time. And then you've spent 30 minutes, you've spent half an hour. Then the rest of the time could be spent drawing your picture and colouring it in, and then leaving 5 minutes at the end for just double checking your picture, label the picture, double checking that you have underlined your subheadings, you've used a ruler, your spelling is correct, leaving 5 minutes at the end to just check through your work. And that way you've ticked off every single task. So it's not necessarily the case of, I'll just spend an hour doing my research. Be wise with your time, I would say. I look forward to seeing your work on Tapestry, Williams class. Enjoy. See you soon. Bye.